It's a summer of extreme heat around much of the world. I know what that feels like. In Uttar Pradesh, India, where I grew up, temperatures easily soar upward of 120 degrees in May and June, but few people have access to an air conditioner. With a per capita income of around $1,000 a year, many people in this part of the country can't afford to buy an AC unit or pay the power bills that come with using one. So how do people keep cool? People in India and other countries across the global south have long figured out ways to deal with horrible heat. I'd like to share a few tips I've learned from my elders back home in India. Some of the advice is just what you'd think: drinking lots of liquids and staying out of the sun. Other strategies might surprise you. I know that each of these tips on its own may seem trivial, but as a heat wave researcher, I can tell you that done together, they can really help the body cool down. The key is to be mindful of the power of heat and be prepared to prevent its adverse effects. And remember, upon seeing any signs of heat stroke like fever, headache, nausea, confusion, or weakness, call an ambulance ASAP and get medical help. Use ice packs while waiting to be treated at the hospital. Seriously, folks, don't delay. Heat stroke can be fatal. Drink lots of liquids. It doesn't have to be water. One of the childhood lessons seared into my head was to always be aware of your hydration status. And drink water, even in small sips, as soon as you do any physical activity. Carrying a water bottle when going out is not just common sense but is life-saving. Some of the drinks that are popular in India can help replenish the electrolytes lost in sweat, as well as keep your body hydrated. We quench our thirst with fruity drinks like sugarcane juice, coconut water, and a tangy and raw mango juice called amkapana. Made from boiled and blended tart raw mangoes, amkapana replenishes electrolytes lost in sweat. Pramita mix is available from online vendors and in ethnic grocery stores. Just add chilled water and enjoy. In India, we also like cooling milk-based drinks like lassi, a yogurt beverage popular in the summertime, and buttermilk. And eat something. Another lesson was to never go out on an empty stomach. Always eat something. A cucumber, which contains dissolved electrolytes, or a pineapple snack will do the trick. In India, we'll sprinkle black salt on a cucumber, adding to its restorative powers. Shower power. If you feel hot, take a cold shower or at least periodically splash water on your face and hands and douse your head in water. That'll bring down body temperature. You can also play with water. When I was a kid in India, I'd have water balloon fights with neighborhood kids, or we'd fill a tub with water and splash it on each other in the backyard. Find a cool spot to chill out. Seek out the coolest parts of the building where you live and make that the place where you sleep or hang out. Because heat rises, lower floors in a multi-story house are cooler. Verandas are shady and airy. During the day, block out the sunlight with heavy curtains, turn on any fans you have, and don't be afraid to move furniture around in your quest for coolness. Back in Uttar Pradesh, we used to scoot our beds closer to the windows so we could catch a breeze while we slept. Take inspiration from architecture. Among many architectural innovations is a building design called yali, meaning simply a net in Hindi and Urdu. Think of the Taj Mahal. It's basically a way of turning a stone wall into a lattice screen by carving geometric patterns with a series of small openings rather than a solid wall. This stone screen blocks direct sunlight and also causes air to speed up as it passes through the holes. Now, it's true there's no way you can rebuild your house in the style of the Taj Mahal, but you can take inspiration from another architectural ploy. Some buildings have a small body of water outside, like the Hawa Mahal, the Wind Palace in Jaipur. Wind enters the palace through the yelly holes in the 1,000 windows and picks up moisture from the courtyard water body. The humid wind then moves toward the palace's 1,000 windows and cools down the inside air. A nifty trick to bring in cool, humid air is to hang a curtain woven from grass on the door. Sprayed with water, it converts the hot air into a cool breeze. A special fragrant grass called kuss is used for this purpose in India. I've also seen curtains made of fine bamboo, offering protection from direct sunlight, with a fine wet cloth added on the inside for cooling, or a heavy dampened cloth curtain will do the job. The swamp cooler effect. The ubiquitous swamp cooler works best in low humidity settings. Also known as an evaporative cooler, this electrical device passes a room's air over water-saturated pads, which cools down the air, then blows that air back into the room. These devices are cheaper than air conditioners and use less energy. You can even make one yourself. Wear airy and light-colored clothing. Rabari people, a nomadic tribe in western India, and many other tribal communities use small mirrors on their clothes to reflect sunlight. Besides the use of cotton and linen fabrics for their clothing, both materials are cooling because they have big pores in their woven threads that allow for air circulation. Their choice of color in their clothes is ingenious. They cleverly make use of the fact that black not only takes in heat faster than white, but that it also gives off heat much faster than white. Due to the nature of their work, women frequently go in and out of their tents while men grazing livestock stay out for longer durations. Therefore, to stay cool, it makes sense for women to wear darker colors. These hues cool down fast as soon as women go indoors, and men to wear lighter colors, which heat up more slowly than darker colors during prolonged outdoor stays. Embrace the shade whether you are working outdoors or walking down the street. Stay in the shade provided by trees. The actual air temperature is the same as in the sun, but your skin won't absorb the sun's rays and cause your body to heat up. Thanks to our forefathers for planting trees for us. And we return the favor by planting trees now, even when we know we aren't going to enjoy that shade in our lifetime. Our kids will, and that's what makes us a civilization. Your turn, share tips on how to cope with the heat. Did you grow up without an air conditioner in a hot place? How did you deal with the heat? Tell us in the comments section. If you find this video helpful, share, like, and subscribe for more.